If you're a courier or a gig worker, here are 3 good tips to stack gigs and make 200 to 300 a day. Now, what you see here is what I call my beautiful mess. And in order to get to this point, you're gonna wanna get out of the house by like 6 a.m. Now, all in all, what you saw back there, my beautiful mess, was a catering order from PF Chang's, which this was done later in the morning around 11, and this paid out like $50. We also saw an order from an app called Dispatch, which paid out about $100, and this was about 14 miles of driving in total. The last thing you're seeing with packages like this, food delivery, postal packages, paid out $200 for the day. Now, all in all, the total day probably amounted to a little over $400 from doing all of those gig stacking apps. But essentially, the key was starting out really early. By getting out early in the morning, you give yourself the opportunity to pick up different things. And hey, if your vehicle could fit it, why not do it? As long as you stay on time, you keep your name good. If you feel like you're going to be running late, don't accept it, because then basically you're taking on more than you can chew. And when you do that, you end up hurting yourself, because these companies don't like it when you're late. But if you guys are curious about how to gig stack, or you want information to, do your job a little bit better, comment below gig stack or send me a message, and I'll try to tell you guys the best method that I know how in your area on pretty much how to gig stack.